Everyone, I'm James Ochoa, Marketing and Inside Sales Manager with Westron Communications. And I have here today Dave Casey, CEO of Westron Communications. We'd like to welcome you to the inaugural monthly e-newsletter that we put together. And now Dave is actually going to fill us in a little bit about the history of Westron and how he sees Westron positioned in the marketplace.
Thanks, James. Pleased to be here today and visit with you. I was going to give you a little bit of a history of Westron, just to kind of give you an idea where we came from. We're actually 27 years old, which is pretty ancient in the technology world. Of course, over that period of time, we've morphed the company several times, and we do different things. Our current passion that we're doing, and we've been doing for probably 5 years now, is the concept of unified communications. So if you look at the description of Westron, it's actually on our banner. It's simply connect, communicate, and collaborate. And that's what we see entails unified communications. Of course, that unified communications goes back to there's verbal communications, which we can do as we're doing in person, but certainly on a telephone using telephony. There's written communications, which used to be the old snail mail, but now it's email, instant messaging, texting, that sort of thing. Video communications, which we're using video as a medium for our e-newsletter. So that's something that we've been doing now for several years. And then taking all of those things together, including even faxing and some of the older world type communications, and actually making that mobile. And that's where we see that mobility piece is what's really brought together unified communications. So that's kind of where we've seen as Westron. We always try, we're a network systems integrator. So what we try to do is try to find best of breed manufacturers, whether it's hardware, software, services providers, that sort of thing, and actually bring those type of manufacturers, those type of companies together really for the benefit of our clients.
That's great. Which manufacturers do you see as being leaders in this space?
Well, there's a few. There's quite a few actually that we follow. One of the manufacturers that we obviously pay attention to is Microsoft. They pretty much own desktop computing really worldwide, and they are at the forefront when it comes to unified communications. Kind of on their third try. They've come out with their Link product, which is actually their third iteration of unified communications. And we see Microsoft actually gaining some momentum in that space. Certainly Cisco Systems is a big player. They kind of come at it from the other direction. They're in the networking side. So they're really the equipment that's back in the closets or within the walls of the organization, not necessarily on the desktop. And then there's a couple of players that we really have adopted as kind of our go-to partners in this space. So one of them is ShoreTel. And ShoreTel is a manufacturer that's been around actually almost 14 years now. And so they are a pure IP telephone system platform, but they've extended that out into unified communications. So they've got desktop software to support that, video, and they now have a hosted platform as well.
That's great. So which manufacturers do you see as being leaders in this space?
James, there's some big names in the unified communication space. Microsoft's the one that really comes to mind. They kind of own the desktop in corporate America, and really worldwide when you look at it. So their Link product is a unified communications platform that surrounds their communicator desktop software. It links all of their Office applications into that as well. So they're a major player in unified communications. And one that has to be considered, I think, in any evaluation. Avaya and Cisco kind of come at it a different way. Cisco's more of the IP networking giant. I mean, they kind of own what's in the computer room for data and voice networking, and also on the bridges and routers and all that type of stuff. Avaya is a traditional telephone system provider, so they're kind of looking at it from a different aspect, looking at it from the telephone side of things. We have come across a couple of what we feel are industry changers in ShoreTel and LifeSize. ShoreTel is a 14-year-old IP telephony vendor that also has some really strong desktop software, They've got the capability to manipulate both the telephone system. They have messaging, recording. They also have a contact center platform. So it's all those types of things that unified communications consists of are built into the ShoreTel solution. The other thing ShoreTel does well that some of the giants don't do is they play well with others. So from a ShoreTel platform, you can integrate to the Microsoft Lync platform. You can integrate, for example, to Polycom or Life-Size video platforms. On the video side, we like Life-Size. Life-Size was the first high-definition video manufacturer for high-definition video conferencing for corporations. They built on that, and they now have a full infrastructure solution. So the recording we're doing today, for example, is on Life-Size, not only the endpoint, but the recording platform itself. And then we also can use Life-Size they have direct links. In fact, they link better to Microsoft Lync than any other manufacturer we've seen. And for example, the Life-Size phone that we have on the desk in front of us actually is a IP phone on our ShoreTel system as well. So there's a lot of integration between those manufacturers. And that's really what our job is as Westron. We're a network systems integrator. So our job is to find these disparate technologies, test them out in our labs, test them in real life environments, and make sure that everything works well together. We feel that's a stronger approach than coming at it from a manufacturer standpoint, where the manufacturer will really be loyal to its own product line, but not necessarily think outside of that and think how do we link to everything else out there. So that's really the take of Westron, what we're trying to accomplish.
That's all great. Thanks so much for joining us today, Dave.